balance your nervous system. Stress, anxiety, overthinking. We all face them. But what if I told you there are 7 simple ways to calm your mind, relax your body, and balance your nervous system? System without needing anything complicated. Yes, 7 powerful ways that anyone, anywhere, can practice and balance their nervous system. Each of these is more than just an idea. They are real practices and proven through researchers that can bring peace and energy back into your daily life. In this series, we are going to dive into each one of these, step by step, starting with the first, silence. So stay with me, because your journey to a calmer and stronger nervous system begins right here. In a world that never stops talking day in and day out, silence has become rare. We are surrounded consciously and unconsciously by constant noise, social media notifications, traffic, conversations, and endless distractions. But here's the truth. If you want to balance your nervous system, if you want to find calm and inner strength, you must begin with silence. Number 1. Silence. Silence is more than just the absence of sound. It is a form of medicine for the mind and body. When you allow yourself to sit in quiet, you are giving your nervous system a chance to reset. Stress levels drop, your heart rate slows, and your breathing becomes deeper. This is the body's natural way of returning to balance. Think about it. How often do you give yourself even 5 minutes of pure silence? For many people, the answer is never. We wake up and immediately reach for our phones. We fill our days with tasks, conversations, and background noise. And yet, when silence finally comes, we often feel uncomfortable. Why? Because silence forces us to listen, not to the world outside, but to ourselves. In silence, your thoughts rise to the surface. Some may be uncomfortable, others may be inspiring. But silence is where clarity is born. It is in those quiet moments that solutions appear, creativity flows, and inner peace is restored. Great thinkers, writers, and leaders have always valued silence because it allowed them to recharge, to reflect, and to connect with their deepest purpose. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers, and it is free, available to each of us, every day. You don't need expensive tools or complicated systems. You simply need to pause, to step away from the noise, and to sit quietly, even for a short while. So if you truly want to balance your nervous system, start here. Create a moment of silence in your daily routine. It might feel unusual at first, but over time, you will notice the calm, the clarity, and the strength it gives you. This is just the beginning. In the next part, we will explore the second way to bring balance. Long walks. A simple habit, but one that can transform both your body and your mind. Stay with me, because your journey is only getting started. Number 2. Long walks. Sometimes, the best solution for a restless mind is not found in books or screens. It is found in simply putting one foot in front of the other. Long walks are one of the most natural and powerful ways to balance your nervous system. When life feels overwhelming, a long walk can act as a reset button. As you walk, your breathing deepens, your muscles loosen, and your body begins to release tension. With each step, stress slowly fades, replaced by a quiet rhythm that calms both body and mind. Walking connects us back to simplicity. There is no pressure, no perfection, only movement. You don't need special equipment or a specific destination. Just stepping outside and allowing your body to move at its own pace can bring surprising clarity. Nature makes this even more powerful. Walking through a park, along a river, or down a quiet street gives your senses a chance to recharge. The sound of birds, the feel of fresh air, the sight of trees, all of these gently remind your nervous system that it is safe, that it can relax. Think about the greatest thinkers, writers, and leaders in history. Many of them were walkers. They knew that long walks not only improve physical health, but also spark creativity and new ideas. When you move your body, your mind also moves, out of stress, out of overthinking, and into fresh perspective. Long walks also offer a chance for reflection. Unlike the constant noise of modern life, walking creates space to listen to your thoughts, to process emotions, and to find solutions. Problems that felt heavy often become lighter after a walk. New ideas appear. Inner peace grows. So when your mind feels overloaded, don't underestimate the simple act of walking. Go outside. Take your time. Let your body move and your thoughts flow. With each step, you are not just moving forward on the road. You are moving forward within yourself. This is the second way to balance your nervous system. And it is a habit you can carry with you anywhere, anytime. In the next part, we will explore the third step. Spending time alone. A practice that may feel uncomfortable at first, but one that holds incredible power for self-discovery and balance. Stay with me, because your journey is becoming even more meaningful. Number 3. Spending time alone. In today's world, solitude often feels unusual, even uncomfortable. We live in a culture of constant connection. Social media, endless conversations, busy schedules. Yet one of the most powerful ways to balance your nervous system is by learning to spend time alone. Being alone does not mean being lonely. Solitude is not emptiness, it is strength, clarity, and freedom. From the moment we wake, we are pulled into the demands of others, rarely pausing to simply be. Spending time alone is not escaping life, it is returning to yourself. It creates space for your nervous system to breathe. Away from the noise, your body relaxes, your mind slows, and your emotions settle. When was the last time you sat quietly, without distractions, reflecting on your life? Alone, you can ask yourself questions often ignored. What do I truly want? What matters most? What drains my energy? Answers rarely appear in chaos. They are discovered in solitude. Throughout history, writers, philosophers, and leaders valued solitude, not to avoid people, but to think, reflect, and grow. Solitude is a creative, spiritual, and healing space. It may feel uncomfortable at first, because silence forces you to face thoughts and emotions you've been avoiding. But in solitude, what felt heavy becomes lighter. What was confusing becomes clear. Spending time alone strengthens relationships. When you know yourself, your values, limits, and strengths, you give authentically, not from emptiness. Solitude fills your cup so you can pour into others without being drained. Your nervous system thrives on this balance. Alone, overstimulation decreases, your body calms, and you carry peace wherever you go. So, choose solitude intentionally. Read, reflect, write, or sit quietly. This is the third way to balance your nervous system, a transformative practice. When you are comfortable with yourself, you are never truly alone. Next, we'll explore a step that frees you from unnecessary stress. Your journey toward inner peace continues. Number 4, letting go of perfection. From childhood, we're told to aim for flawless results, perfect grades, perfect work, perfect behavior. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. Chasing it only exhausts the nervous system and steals your peace. Perfection creates impossible demands. When you constantly try to do everything without mistakes, you fall into a cycle of pressure, fear, and self-doubt. Your nervous system stays tense, always bracing for failure or judgment. Yet the reality is simple. Nobody is perfect. The leaders you admire, the greatest artists, the most successful people, all have failed, stumbled, and grown through imperfection. Progress, not perfection, is what moves life forward. Think of nature. A tree may not grow straight, a flower may bloom unevenly, and still we admire their beauty. Their value lies in being real, alive, and growing. Why then do we demand flawlessness from ourselves? Letting go of perfection doesn't mean lowering standards. It means embracing reality. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons. Imperfections are signs of growth. When you release the pressure to be perfect, your nervous system relaxes. Creativity flows, courage returns, and you give yourself permission to try again. Perfectionism also damages relationships. Those who demand it from themselves often demand it from others. But relationships thrive not on flawless performance, but on authenticity. By letting go, you give both yourself and others the freedom to be human and the gift of real connection. Perhaps the greatest lie is believing, when everything is perfect, then I'll be happy. Happiness doesn't wait for perfection. It grows in the midst of imperfection when you accept yourself as you are while continuing to grow. So breathe, release perfection, celebrate progress. You are valuable not because you are flawless, but because you are real. Balance begins when you allow yourself to be human. This is the fourth way to balance your nervous system, one of the most liberating. Number 5. Laughing with good friends. They say laughter is the best medicine, and it's true. Few things balance the nervous system as quickly and as powerfully as laughing with good friends. It may seem simple, but joy shared in friendship is a healing force that science and the heart both agree on. When you laugh, your body changes instantly. Stress hormones drop, muscles relax, your heart rate steadies. Endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, are released, giving you a sense of lightness and relief. Laughter is like pressing a reset button for your nervous system. But laughter alone is not enough. It's laughter with good friends that carries the deepest power. Why? Because connection magnifies joy. When you share laughter with people you trust, your nervous system receives an additional signal. You are safe, you are supported, you belong. Think about the moments when you laughed so hard your stomach ached and tears came to your eyes. Maybe it was over a silly joke, a memory, or just the joy of being together. Those moments didn't just entertain you, they nourished you. They reminded you that life is more than problems, deadlines, or worries. Life is also about connection, about being seen, and about sharing joy. In modern society, where so many people feel isolated, laughter with friends is not just a pleasure, it is a necessity. Social connection is as vital for the nervous system as food and sleep. Without it, stress increases, loneliness grows, and the body suffers. But with it, your whole system thrives. Good friends don't need to be many. Even one or two true friends, people who accept you, encourage you, and laugh with you, can make a huge difference. These friendships become a protective shield against stress. They remind you that you don't have to carry life alone. Laughter also creates perspective. When you can laugh at life, even in difficult times, you shift from fear to resilience. You begin to see that challenges don't define you. Problems become lighter when carried with humor. and laughter becomes a bridge that carries you through the hardest seasons. Even research confirms this truth. Studies show that people who laugh often with friends have stronger immune systems, lower blood pressure, and healthier hearts. But beyond science, we all know this in our own experience. A good laugh with a good friend can heal what words cannot. Importantly, laughter also deepens bonds. When you share a laugh, you build trust, intimacy, and connection. Friendships grow stronger, not only through serious conversations, but also through joy. In laughter, walls come down and hearts open. This is why friendships built on laughter often last a lifetime. So, never underestimate the power of joy. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh, not because life is always easy, but because together you can make it lighter. Laugh deeply. Laugh often. Let your nervous system remember what it feels like to be free. This is the fifth way to balance your nervous system, and it's one of the sweetest, because while silence, solitude, and discipline are powerful, joy is what gives them life. In the next part, we'll explore a practice that may surprise you. Getting rid of the to-do list. It may sound unusual, but learning to let go of constant productivity can give your mind and body the rest they desperately need. Stay with me. The journey continues. Getting rid of the to-do list. We live in a world obsessed with productivity. Long lists of tasks promise peace, but in reality, the list grows longer, the stress gets heavier, and the nervous system never rests. A to-do list can help with organization, but when it controls your life, it becomes a burden. Many measure their worth by how many boxes they check. Complete everything, feel successful. Miss a task, feel guilty. This endless cycle drains the mind and body. The nervous system is not a machine. It needs pauses, rest, and space to breathe. Constantly chasing tasks keeps you tense, rushing from one thing to the next, never feeling enough. And no matter how much you finish, more will always wait. Letting go of the to-do list is not about abandoning responsibility. It's about releasing unnecessary pressure. True balance comes when you focus on what matters most. Imagine doing just one or two meaningful things each day, giving them your full energy and presence. At the end, you feel fulfilled. Not because you did everything, but because you did what mattered. A long list drags your mind into the future, always worrying about what's next. But when you release that list, you return to the present moment. You notice your surroundings, enjoy your work, and give your nervous system the calm it craves. Life is not measured by how many boxes you tick, but by how much meaning you bring to each day. Simplicity creates peace. So, free yourself from endless productivity. Your value is not in how much you do, but in how present and purposeful you are. Release the to-do list and give your nervous system space to breathe. This is the sixth way to balance your nervous system, one of the most freeing. Appreciating how far you have come. We often chase the next goal, the next milestone, forgetting to pause and notice how far we've already come. Balancing the nervous system is not only about silence, rest, or letting go. It is also about gratitude, reflection, and self-recognition. Think for a moment. There were times you wondered if you could go on. Times when challenges felt impossible. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. Appreciating your journey is not about pride. It's about honoring the strength and resilience that carried you here. Most of us forget this truth. We focus only on what's missing, keeping the body tense and the mind restless. Gratitude breaks that cycle. Science shows that practicing gratitude calms the nervous system, reduces anxiety, and strengthens emotional balance. Each time you reflect on your progress, your body releases signals of safety instead of stress. It reminds you, you are not failing. You are growing. Even the smallest victories matter. Learning one new word. Choosing kindness over anger. Rising after disappointment. These steps, though small, create the story of your strength. Looking back also builds patience. Growth and healing take time. Progress comes step by step, day by day. Take a moment now. Recall one time you thought you couldn't go on, but you did. Feel that strength. Let it remind you of your resilience. When practiced regularly, this reflection shifts your nervous system from fear to peace. You stop fighting yourself and begin honoring yourself. And the beauty? Gratitude doesn't make you passive, it fuels you. When you appreciate your journey, you gain new energy for the road ahead. Your nervous system carries you forward, not with panic, but with peace. So pause today. Celebrate the distance you've already traveled. This is the 7th way to balance your nervous system, appreciating how far you have come. Together with silence, long walks, time alone, letting go of perfection, laughter, and releasing the to-do list, gratitude forms a daily roadmap for balance. Not theory, but choice. Not tomorrow, but here, in this very moment. Now. As we reach the end of this journey, let's pause and look back. What we have explored together are not just 7 steps, but 7 gentle reminders of how to live with calm, strength, and presence. We began with silence, a gift the world rarely gives us, but one we can always give ourselves. In silence, the heart speaks, and the nervous system finds peace. Then we embraced long walks, each step grounding us, reminding us that movement is medicine, and that nature is always waiting to restore us. With time alone, we learned that solitude is not emptiness, but fullness, a sacred space where self-awareness and self-love grow. Through letting go of perfection, we discovered freedom. The freedom to be human, to make mistakes, to grow, and to live without the heavy weight of impossible standards. We felt the joy of laughing with friends, because sometimes healing is not serious work. It is simple moments of connection, lightness, and shared joy. With releasing the to-do list, we understood that life is not a race to accomplish everything, but a chance to breathe, to rest, and to give energy to what truly matters. And finally, we learned the beauty of appreciating how far you have come. To look back at every step, every struggle, every triumph, and realize that even in difficult times, we have moved forward. We have grown. We are stronger than we think. Together, these practices form a circle of balance. They are not rules, but invitations. Invitations to live gently, to honor yourself, and to trust that even small choices can bring great peace. And now, I want to leave you with this. Your journey does not end here. Every day is a new chance to practice balance, to nurture your nervous system, and to create a life filled with calm and meaning. If this message has touched you, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel. Here, you will find daily wisdom, practical guidance, and inspiring stories to support your journey. Let's continue walking together, learning together, and creating a life of peace, strength, and joy. Stay balanced, stay inspired, and never forget, your progress, no matter how small, is proof of your courage and a reminder of how far you've already come. Thanks for being here till end of this journey.